the loudspeaker spoke up and said,
Greetings from just off Orwell Lane. Delving into the lore of a comic book character can be a fruitless pursuit at times due to all the various stories and reboots and Elseworlds that just occur throughout the normal consistency of a run. For this series, I'm just going to simply focus on the Kirby references to the characters, starting with the issues of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen Jack did when he jumped to DC Comics, through the penultimate graphic novel Hunger Dogs that quote-unquote ended the story. So, advance warning, spoilers are ahead. Who is Darkseid? First appearing in Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen number 134, he is the son of the Queen of Apocalypse, Hegra. The young Prince Darkseid played the role of humble servant in the royal court, while quietly maneuvering and plotting behind the scenes to coalesce power. Darkseid's first major step towards this goal was to persuade his uncle, Steppenwolf, to go to the nearby planet of New Genesis to hunt down some of its citizens for sport. While there, Steppenwolf murdered Avia, the wife of Izala, the planet's leader. Darkseid pretended to kill Izala before the entire party returned to Apocalypse. This initiated a plan that Darkseid had counted on. Actually not being dead, and seeking revenge for his wife's murder, Izala launched the Great Clash between the two planets, New Genesis and Apocalypse. As the war builds to a crescendo, Darkseid cedes command of a small raid to Steppenwolf, knowing that it would lead to his uncle's death at the hands of Izala. Following Steppenwolf's fall at Izala's hand, Darkseid himself takes control of the various Apocalypse armies. As he structures the power around himself militarily, and is over in New Genesis fighting, his ally, back on Apocalypse, Darkseid, secretly murders his mother, Queen Hegra. This allows Darkseid to have a complete transition to the throne that he had initiated years before, now being the leader and ruler of Apocalypse. As the war continued with New Genesis, Izala, now known as Highfather, is negotiated with by Darkseid for a peace treaty. Darkseid needs to delay the war, because he needs to buy time to find a means of guaranteeing his ultimate victory. By the terms of the peace treaty that they come to, or the Pact as it would be known, Darkseid sends to New Genesis his son, Orion. Now, Orion's the product of a loveless marriage to Tigra that Queen Hegra had set up for Darkseid. In return, Avia, or the Highfather, sends his own son, Scott Free, who would become Mr. Miracle, to Apocalypse. Years would pass before Darkseid would eventually break the truce by going to Earth and kidnapping people and bringing them back to Apocalypse, before finally eventually just invading Earth itself in his search to discover the source of the anti-life equation. The anti-life equation would give Darkseid the ability to psionically control every sentient being in the universe, remaking the entire universe in his mold. Hostilities between New Genesis and Apocalypse were now born anew, with Earth as the battlefield this time. And with utmost irony, Orion, his own son, would become Darkseid's own most tenacious adversary in these battles. Towards the end of the series, with the destruction of New Genesis, the war comes to an apparent end. However, a revolution on Apocalypse by the Hunger Dogs, or the slaves, that were working under Darkseid's rule, it leaves that planet in ruins as well. Darkseid still survives, but he is not in anywhere remotely close to a position of power that he was at the start of the series. and he continues to plot ever onward to obtain the ultimate power of the anti-life equation. I am Aldous on the Farm. Thank you for watching.
Special thanks to Brian Urso and Gideon's Mob for the use of their song Mother Box, which was layered beneath the narration of this video. Check them out at gideonsmob.com.